Hello, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with my October favorites, showing you everything that I loved this month, and I've got some great stuff. A brow gel that finally knocked out the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter from its grips on my brows, a new everyday lip that I've been loving so much, foundation, a blush, curly hair products. Let's go ahead and get started. Why don't we start with the blush that I'm wearing right now? I went pretty heavy-handed with my blush. I filmed kind of like a cold girl, one of those, where you put blush on your nose videos for Instagram today. And this is the perfect blush for it. It's just a great blush anyways. It's got a berry tone. It's got a little bit of shimmer in there. It looks beautiful on the skin. I'm so excited about this new launch from a brand that really doesn't miss very often. It's Makeup Forever. So they launched their new artist collection of blushes, highlighters, and contours. Everything I've tried so far has been delightful. This is the Artist Blush in B240 Cheeky Cherry. It is just, it doesn't look like much in the pan, but first of all, when I tell you this is so soft, really, really nice, but be careful with it. The shimmer in it is just so integrated. It's almost like a creamy powder. It's just incredibly smooth. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. You don't necessarily need to put a highlighter on top of it, which I also really like. It makes it really versatile. And it looks like not necessarily intimidating in this pan, but it looks a little bit deep, but it really does pop on the cheek. So love that. And I love the sleek packaging too. That's so good. I feel like I had a lot of times this month where I needed to make sure my makeup was lasting either a long time throughout the day or throughout my face sweating profusely, which is very, very common. And I needed to use something that I could count on and something that looked good in person and all of that. So that made me reach for the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. This is such a good one. It's a classic for a reason, but I love it even more now because they've reformulated it. It's just as good in my opinion. It still wears really well, but what's even better about it is the tones, and that can sort of not make or break a look, but I think that's what can make your makeup take it, can take your makeup to the next level, where it's just a little je ne sais quoi, So this is such a better color for me than I had previously. This is 425C. It's a beautiful match. It's long wearing. You can wear a little bit lighter coverage if you want to mix some moisturizer in with it, or just use it really lightly on your skin. You can do that, or you can build it up to a more full. It is matte, it's long wearing, but it's not cakey, it's not heavy. It's a beautiful formula. It's been around for a long time for a reason. Also in complexion, I can't remember if I included this in last month's favorite, but it doesn't really matter. And I was like, I'm not even gonna look because it's still a favorite this month. It's so good. And when a concealer comes into my life and I start using it all the time and I travel with it, I get into serious committed relationships with my concealer. So right now I am committed to Gaga, the House of Gaga, the Haus Labs concealer, really loving it, and I love the shade. This is such a good shade for me. That can be the formula is one thing with a concealer, but if I can get a really good shade, that's what always has me going back to it. The Mario one that I purchased, I find is a little bit too yellow. This one is so good. It's in the shade Medium Peach. So if you tend to like the same shades of concealer as me, you tend to like the same concealers as me, the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, Too Faced Born This Way, a little bit higher coverage, naturally matte finish, but not dry under the eyes, but not light and emollient. This is it. And you know how much I love my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, and I still love it, but there's very few things that I've tried that I feel actually keep my brows in place. And I actually got my brows done last week at Wax On. They did a really good job. Hadn't had them done in a very long time, but I've been loving the Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. It has a tiny little brush on it, and it just does a really good job. I think my hair is kind of coarse in my brows, might be a little longer, it's sort of hard to manage. It just doesn't feel like it can be contained, but this does. The only thing about it is it stinks. It smells like alcohol or gin, or ginny booze or something, but to me I'm that's fine. The intense smell just makes me think it's really gonna keep my brows in place, so that's fine. Do whatever you gotta do, Patrick, but really loving this lately. And then a lot of beauty favorites actually. So then onto the lips. If you're wondering what's on my lips, this has been what I've been wearing day to day, heading out, everyday lip. And this has been in my makeup collection for a while and I never tried it. I love this formula. I have so many favorites that continue to grow in terms of shade from this line. But this is a mini one. If you want to pick up a liquid lipstick during the Sephora sale, oh no, it's probably over by the time I post this, but anyways, these are some of my favorite. It's in the shade American Woman. I do have a little lip liner on with this. I can wear it without, but this formula, if you've never heard me mention it, it is one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. It is thin, It is beautifully pigmented. It does dry down matte. It feels comfortable. It's long wearing. It's just so good. And something that's very unique about these, I find, is the formula is very thin and liquidy, and then the brush is also very, very precise. So you can get a really nice application with it. NARS is another brand that don't mess. And another lip product that I've been using pretty constantly and has sort of been just in my purse is from Rhode. And I think I mentioned their strawberry jelly lip peptide last month, and then this month I've been loving the raspberry jelly. So we're keeping it jelly, but this one actually has a little bit of a tint to it. Normally I don't love berry tints, like berry lip glossy tints, sheer, whatever. There's something about the shade of this that's just perfect. I really like how it looks when I have makeup on, but not a lot of makeup, and I want to add just a little bit of color to my lips, or I can wear it on its own. It's really comfortable. Smells, do these ones have scent actually? I don't know actually. I feel like they're not as scented, at least, as the other ones. But a very, very comfortable formula. And surprisingly, I did a lip swatch video of these, which I'll link down below. The lightest one I really liked too, and the two kind of brown ones in the middle, I was sort of like, they were nice, but they weren't my favorite. So I was really surprised. But this raspberry jelly one is such a pretty shade. They're not super expensive either. I think they're like $23 Canadian. So it's less than I thought they were going to be anyways. Then I have two brushes that I've been using non-stop. I've been meaning to mention this one over and over, and I very well may have. Guys, I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said. Okay, so sorry if I'm here repeating myself. But at least it shows consistency that I still like it. So this is the Reefer brush in the shade, in the number 05. This is the perfect cream blush brush. It is just, these brushes ain't cheap either, but this is so nice. It does such a good job, especially if it's like a blush that's in a pan, and you can just, or if you put the cream blush on your hand and then you dab it here and then you just dab it on your cheek, it blends it out. And I especially love using this. Well, I love using it anyways, no matter how I'm using my cream blush, but it does work very well when you have powder. I've already powdered your face. I will often then use setting spray, but then I'll go in over my foundation, over my powder with the blush brush, and it doesn't disturb the product. So I'm so impressed with this. It's the only brush that I reach for cream blush, because otherwise I'll just use my fingers. And then for my complexion, I've actually been loving the e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush. I love e.l.f.'s brushes. They're so good. This is the kind of brush that I can use with a more full coverage foundation or something that's a little bit lighter. Just buff it into the skin. I'm in a bit of a brush stage. Oh, okay. But I really do love this brush. It has to be washed. I don't really use this other end. I could kind of do without it. They do have another brush that's not double-sided that has a similar top to this. But I think like I've used this a time or two, maybe I think I've used this for blending out maybe spot concealer or something. I would need it to be a little bit bigger, I feel like, to use for concealer, other things like that. But this is very, very good, and it's affordable. It's not like you're paying for two brushes and you only want one side. So really like this. I'm getting more and more into fragrance, I feel, in the past 2-3 years, and this is one that I have been using so much. I have used about maybe a third, almost a half. This is the Fenty Eau de Parfum. I started using this when they launched, pre it being on the Sephora website. It is on the Sephora site now, and I love this so much. First of all, love the bottle. Get lots of compliments when I wear it. The fragrance family is actually florals, which kind of surprised me. I thought it was more like musk, but it says the scent type is warm florals, and the keynotes are magnolia, musk, and Bulgarian rose. And I really do. It is like, and this is probably why I don't have a perfume channel, but musky rose is how I would describe it, which is horrible. It's not appealing, but it actually smells so good. Magnolia and musk unite with tangerine, Bulgarian rose, vanilla, blueberry, and hints of coconut, geranium, patchouli to create a blend that expresses uniquely on each wearer for a one-of-a-kind scent that is all heart and pure soul, baby. And I love that it's a genderless unisex scent. There's another brand that I love, and I wear a unisex scent from them as well. It's just really nice. It smells kind of how it looks. It's a great scent if you're looking for one, especially moving into winter. I don't really change around my scents season to season, but it is kind of a fall winter scent. Now let's talk about my favorite hair mask lately. And they actually make it out of aluminum so that it's reusable and not plastic. So this is from JVN. It's the Intense Hydration Mask made with clean hemisqualane, silicone-free, sulfate-free, color-safe, and vegan. This is the mini one. There's one that's even bigger that I gotta get my hands on. I'm so impressed. I've almost used now. I probably have one use left. This is so good. I love the smell. It's a really fresh smell. My hair feels so good after I use this. It feels like even when I wash it out and I'm going to put in my hair products, like I can feel the difference even after I get out of the shower. It's not heavy, but it's thick and just does exactly what you want to do. Like I have some masks that are like really heavy duty and you can feel it from the jump, and it may be a little bit too heavy for everybody. This I think is going to be good for pretty much everybody. It's just going to depend how you use it or how often you use it. So if you have like more fine hair, you may only use this every so often. For me, I'm reaching for it a little bit more, leaving it in my hair for a little bit longer, detangling while it's in there, that kind of thing. So this is, I've tried quite no, I haven't. That's a lie. I've tried some things from JVN and I've liked all of it, but this has definitely been the one that has stuck out to me the most and that I keep going back to. And then you've definitely heard me mention this line before, but I love it so much. I want to mention it again. It's sort of now become my like standard hair care styling products that I'm comparing all my other products to. So to me, that says something about how good it is. So I've been loving the Less or Love Your Curls line, specifically the all-in-one Repair Hydrate style. This is for curly. They also have one for kinky that's for even curlier hair, which I've also started trying. They sent that to me because they were like, oh, we thought you might like this, which I love. Send it all my way, baby. And then this is the Love Your Curls Irish Sea Moss Gel. So I use this and then I use this. 2 steps, so simple, best curls of your life. It's also fairly affordable, a Canadian brand, which I love so much. And yeah, just incredibly impressed. I'm able to get days and days of wear out of it. I would say if I'm wearing my bonnet and really taking care of my hair, I get the most, like for me, probably 4 or 5 days wear, which is a lot of wear. And I know that when I use these products, I'm gonna get good results, which is, I mean, the best thing that ever when you have curly hair, because it has a mind of its own. So this puts it in order and it's great stuff. So the only thing is it's a little harder to get your hands on, but you can get it from their website. So that's everything that I love this month. Be sure to let me know down below what you are loving. And as always, if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you next time. Bye.